There we go, Hayley, back to you.
Oh, that's brilliant. He looks better without. Tell him that. Love it, Jeff. Thank you.
Great stuff. And as a surprise, Johnny, we've got someone to come and shave your beard off, are we doing?
6 months of hard growth, this is. You don't understand.
That's a great beard.
Great to see you, both of
Nice
you.
to see you.
Adam, Johnny, thanks for coming in. There's so many big boxing lines today, isn't there?
Yeah.
Let's talk first about Amir Khan. His comments that he does want to fight Kell Brook, but not for another 6 to 12 months.
It was great turning on Sky Sports News this morning and seeing the first 10 minutes of the show all about boxing. Absolutely brilliant. Amir Khan, and then, of course, Andre Ward after that. But Khan, listen, we all want Khan against Kell Brook. Kell Brook was wonderful on Saturday night. It was terrific being back in Sheffield. Fantastic atmosphere, it really was. And there was a feeling of something special going on in the air. He was back. That was on the ringside set. Brook and Khan, they don't like each other. Good rivalry, very much like Froch and Groves, and a fight that we would love to see in June at Wembley. But I think we may all have to wait, possibly a year, until it comes to fruition. Khan's going to fight at the end of May, probably, in the States. Kell will be back, hopefully soon, because I think he should keep momentum. But it's good that Khan wants it, but he doesn't want it now, does he?
The problem is Khan seems to be... I'm a massive fan of Amir Khan, and of course I'm a massive fan of Kell, being from the same gym, so I'm in a bit of a stuck between a rock and a hard place. But with Amir Khan, he's saying he does want the fight, but not yet, and he's saying there's bigger fights out there. The only biggest fight out there is against Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. Kell is the IBF champion, so he's kind of backed himself up into a corner. Kell, the champion, is the one that said, let's do this. There's no reason why this fight can't happen financially, logistically. There's no reason why it can't happen. So Amir Khan's kind of put himself...
But he's set his stall, hasn't he? He's gone to America, Amir Khan. You know, that wonderful win over Devon Alexander. Yeah. I think he wants to have a couple of more fights stateside, despite the lure of this huge domestic blockbuster here.
Khan's saying that Kell Brook isn't known in America. No one knows him, and that Brook's dreaming if he thinks he can fight the winner.
Which I understand. And Amir Khan has sold himself in America, and they love him out there. They love that style. They love the roller coaster style of his fight. But Amir Khan's got to think this: if he wants to really think he gets in the mix with Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, why not try and pick up a title, an IBF title, to say, I'm the other champion, I'm the other linear champion in this division for you to box? It doesn't make sense. He's going to announce an opponent in the next 3 days. I'm going to be interested to see who he shouts out. Who's he going to shout that's bigger than another world champion?
And let's not forget, Kelly's world champion, and also he's gaining ground on Khan over here. He's building up a real fan base. People are interested in him after the stabbing incident coming back. The Sheffield Arena was packed the other night. You know, and
Khan being too dismissive, Adam and Johnny. You know, as you say, Kell Brook's a title holder. Khan isn't at the moment.
I think Amir Khan has just wanted the Floyd Mayweather fight, right? He didn't get it. He wanted Pacquiao, but look what happened. We got the big one we wanted. And Amir has to say, yes, it's a fantastic fight. Yeah. We're glad it's happening, but he must be really, really upset that he didn't get one of them. So now he's got to fight, you know, a Timothy Bradley, maybe a Chris Algieri I've heard mentioned, maybe Adrian Broner possibly. Yeah. And he wants to stay stateside.
And the other problem is they just don't like each other. It's that simple. They've never liked each other. When Kell was in the gym...
They say this about all boxers, but
no, they really don't like each other. Yeah, and it's knowing from someone
like
inside...
Groves or DeGale and Groves?
Yes, I do, because you've got to know someone from inside that circle of trust, and these two sparred before, and there was a bit of beef there in the sparring before. Kell says he got the top side, and Amir said he got the top side. Every chance they get the chance, every time they get the chance, they have a dig at each other. Carl Froch wasn't quiet about... You could tell who he really was supporting. He was basically saying, Amir Khan, if you want this fight, prove yourself and do what I did. Fill out Wembley. There's no reason why it shouldn't happen. So Amir's talked himself into a position where people are going to be pointing the finger saying, if you're so good and the opponents you've boxed are that good, why not box a guy who's world champion?
You're forgetting another person in all this. Al Heyman pulls the strings in America. So if Al Heyman wants this fight to happen, it will happen. He obviously wants to take Khan a slightly different route. So maybe we all have to wait for this for 12 months, unfortunately.
You mentioned Broner, you've mentioned Algieri. We're doing a poll for the viewers at home to vote who they think Khan should fight next. You'll not be surprised to hear they all want to see the Brook fight. All of 50% of viewers want that fight to happen.
And Johnny and I do too. Let's make that absolutely clear. But I just don't think it will happen at the moment.
Let's move on. Andre Ward, we've spoken exclusively to him as well. Interesting to hear his comments. He's up for fighting Carl Froch, having a rematch, but he doesn't want to do it in Nottingham. He wants to do it in a neutral venue, but he's happy to do it in England. What do you make of that?
Carl Froch, you know, he looks in brilliant condition when he was working with us on Saturday at the Brook fight, and I think he loves being a civilian right now. I still stick to my guns, and I don't think we'll see Carl Froch boxing again. That's what I personally think, because
he's talked about acting, hasn't he?
Well, he's on the celebrity circuit as well. He's enjoying himself.
He enjoyed working with us again on Saturday night.
He was too good. He was far too good.
It's your job, I think.
Yeah, oh dear, oh dear. But I just can't see it happening. We would love to see it happen, but I have a funny feeling Andre Ward, if he does step on UK turf, it won't be against Carl Froch.
Up in Newcastle, finally, this weekend, Anthony Joshua makes a return back from injuries against Jason Gavin, the American. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, Jason Gavin, he was in prize fight. Anthony Joshua is looking for his 11th straight knockout win. And he had a bit of a back injury, so we're going to see how that injury has hampered his training, his career. Hopefully it hasn't, because he's looking to get out at the end of May as well. Jason Gavin, he's a perfect opponent because he's rough, he's tough, he fancies it. He makes a bit of noise. He's a bit vocal when he throws a shot as well. He was at the prize fighter, so he had a bit of support there as well. But for Anthony Joshua, he's doing the tour of the UK. People are getting to see him all over the UK and be fans of his.
We've also got a big fight from Canada as well this weekend. Adonis Stevenson and Sakio Bika too. So much happening at the moment.
Plenty to look forward to.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Sky Sports News HQ.